Hey, Coach. Congrats on that win. Kind of just take me through it a little bit. You're down six in overtime, but then Elijah scores eight points. How were you able to, persevere even with down six in overtime?
Well, the first thing, is I was happy that we got to overtime, but I also just watched a film with Missouri State beating Tulsa
What?
in
Wait,
triple
you did not
overtime.
make
So
it
when
a
we got to overtime, I was happy.
me?
But what I realized was they had a
Yeah,
little bit
Jordan,
more
you can
experience
cut
than
the
us
rest
in
of
overtimes
total.
because they've been to a triple overtime game. They found a way to win. And it looked like we never played an overtime game. We came out right away, didn't execute, threw the ball out of bounds, wasn't on the same page. And then we settled down, tried to simplify with the group that we had in. And I thought Elijah delivered huge for us, making some timely threes, scored a big basket at the rim, and just really proud of these guys.
You were up 11 in the second half, and you saw that lead evaporate. Kind of what went wrong there, and how were you able to bounce back?
Well, two things went wrong. One was they made some big shots, some talented big shots. They got guards that can really score the ball. I thought we weren't as sharp as we needed to be in our ball screen coverage. The ball was getting downhill, and we tried to bring two to the ball. The ball was getting downhill underneath the free throw line. So that wasn't great. But they made some big shots. And then I thought for us, we missed some stuff at the rim. We had a few possessions where we didn't execute at the level we needed to. But they defense, they got good defense. From watching the film, teams get stuck on a certain number for a long period of time when they play them. So I kind of expected it to be a dogfight, and it was.
Well, you mentioned the ball screens and you mentioned it defensively. I know that Elijah kind of talked about the fouls and getting into and putting Missouri State at the line and how teams are starting to attack there. Um, Being able to defend those and realizing the teams are going to attack there, what does that do for your defense and how do you guys kind of adjust to that as the game rolls forward?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is coming into it, we knew they were top 25 in the country at getting to the free throw line. So every game they've been shooting a lot of free throws. So we said we're gonna win that battle. We're gonna be sound on defense. We're gonna make them shoot tough shots. And in the first half, I thought we were doing that for the most part. And then we said, hey, we're gonna make tough decisions at the rim. We're gonna be physical at the rim. So we didn't do either. I thought we shot some balls in between the free throw line and the charge circle instead of putting it on the backboard closer to the rim.
Sorry for
So
running.
we didn't get as many fouls. And then for them,
this game, and
they were driving in there, throwing their bodies into us, and
really
the
frantic.
referee was calling the foul. So again, we didn't win that battle, but we knew that was a challenge for us because they've been averaging 29 free throws a game, and they got that number tonight. But again, we found a way to win
overtime
with a lot of young guys on the floor late in the game, and so that's something to be proud of.
Turn the ball over.
Down the other way, there were those two three pointers. The first one by Fred, the second one from Elijah, looked very different, but also were kind of variations of the same thing. Where somebody was trying to get the ball inside and had a kick outside. Elijah's was kind of that breakout, and Fred was in the corner on a double team down on Chad. For
Yeah,
you, realizing the ball movement in there. No, realizing the ball movement in there. Just what does that? What's your observation
that
there?
was a key. That was a key, man. When you drive it the first time, they're gonna run at you. Don't take tough paint shots.
Massive.
Get off of it and kick it to your teammates for threes or second drives. So,
Elijah.
we talked about it. We didn't have 2 days to talk about it, but we had a couple hours to talk about it this morning. And so we did it late. We did it a lot during the game. We had 17 assists, but this was a game where we had 5 to 7 more opportunities to make those plays. And so we got to learn from it and try to make the right plays when we get underneath the free throw line.
The game is brought to you by Cambridge.
What can you take from this game and learn from it in the future?
They're our only customer.
Well, I think that the biggest thing that I can take from it is
this is a tough.
we got 8 or 9 guys
strong though
that can play, that can play in tight moments. Again, I didn't know what lineup I would have out there late. I never knew I would have,
from the field.
2 or 3 freshmen out there late.
Those three.
So, I think what you learn is, we grew tonight. We got different lineups that we can put on the floor, and we got to keep, trying to get better every day.
The Eagles are not.
And Fred Payne, 18 points, career high. Just talk about his performance a little bit, and could we see some more minutes from him in the future? Him closing games like he did tonight.
An honorable.
Well, he battle tested.
Fred Payne.
He really battle tested. Played high level high school basketball in Houston. Played high level basketball AAU with the EYBL with live on the floor out of
for illegal
Louisiana.
ID
So
on our flagship
he's been playing
network,
against high level guys all his life. He just been waiting on an opportunity. He got hurt. He came back quicker than I thought he would. And I see him every day in practice, bringing energy.
Boston College.
So he's fought his way into the
Missouri
rotation.
State,
He's
74.
deserved it. He's earned
Back
it.
with more of
And
Eagles
then
Post
tonight,
Game after this. You're
he just
listening
kind
to
of did what he
Boston
usually do in
College
practice,
basketball
just
with
show up,
Shane
make plays, make shots, and kind of just be the player that he
Last
is.
one, right? So I can wrap
Right.
it up right
Coach,
after.
Chad goes out with that last foul in overtime. Elijah says he moves down to a smaller five position. How is he so unique that he can play that position and play the five, even though he's a little undersized, and still give you that outside presence?
Well, I mean, he's 6'8", 245, so he's pretty good size, So he got good size. He got good skill. He can shoot it. He can shoot it. We encouraged him to shoot it a lot over the summer more. He shot a little bit last year, but we encouraged him to take chances from the three. He's really good at, putting the ball on the floor and attacking 2 or 3 dribbles. He made a big play tonight off the bounce, under control, poise. So, he gives you a different element. I haven't used him in that position much. Typically in practice when we use him there, we put Kenny Chianda in there with him, who's 6'9", but Kenny hasn't had a chance to play as much yet this year. But I think Elijah's a matchup problem at the 5. He really can play inside and out and pass and do a lot of different things.
Last one, you're playing for a trophy tomorrow. What does that mean for the program? First time I think under you that you're playing for a trophy at BC.
Well, I told the players, obviously,
Boston College,
just remember
76,
why we came
Missouri
here. Like,
State, 74.
it's hard to win
The
championships,
Eagles prevail with a
but we just want to
2-point
have an
victory, and they
opportunity to do it
advance
because you only get to do
to
it
the
in
championship
November and you
game
only get to
of
do it
the
in
Cayman
March.
Islands Classic.
And
Their
so
third game
for us,
in
we
3 days.
wanted to have an opportunity to win it.
I'm ready again on
And you can't
Thursday
have an
night
opportunity if
for
you don't win the
Boston
first game.
by way
And
of
so
this
we won the
victory
first one, we
tonight.
won the second one. Now we got one more
Missouri
great opportunity
to
to see where we
would
are as a
like to
team
play for a trophy
and see what we can do.